Good morning, students. I expect that you have gone through the poem which I explained you in the first video. Today, I am going to explain you our remaining portion. First, let's recall what you have learned in your previous video. Maya Angelou is the author of our poem. The poem reminds us of racial discrimination and sufferings of the black community in America. The poet is firm in her courage that even if white community put her down in dirt, she will rise from it like dusk rises. Then we have seen how the poet is taunting oppressor that why her liveliness makes them sad. She compares herself with the businessman of the oil industry, who are the richest. The poet shows how her firmness by comparing herself with moons and suns. The poet also questions the white people why they want to see her broken with bowed head and lowered eyes. The poet compares the fallen shoulders of the black people to teardrops. Again, the poet questions whether her proud behavior upsets her oppressors. She laughs with pride like her backyard has gold mines in it. Now let's continue our class with a new topic, with a new stanza. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like air, I'll rise. These lines reflect the strong determination of Maya Angelou, where she declares publicly that if white people wants to use their hateful words to insult or destroy her, they can. If they want to ignore her or look with hatred, they can. But they cannot kill her or stop her because it will give her more energy to rise like air. So here the speaker declares boldly that whatever her oppressors do to stop her progress, it will not matter. She will rise above the racism. Out of the hut of history's shame, I rise up from a past that's rooted in pain. I rise. I am a black ocean, leaping and wide, wailing and swelling. I bear in the tides. Now, wailing means rising up to the surface. Now, here the poem is also an inspiration for the modern generation of people of color. Their ancestors fought through darkness to make way, or we can say path, for a beautiful tomorrow. Now, out of hurts of history's shame means out of a history of pain, humiliation and sorrow, they have come out like a black current with their determination and will. They can turn the tide. However, the revengeful methods which the white people tried will not stop someone from rising. Now, by wailing and swelling means that she will rise with the actual rising of the ocean's waves. She will rise higher and higher like the tides. The meaning of bear means to hold oneself up. Here it means that she hold herself strong as the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. So, leaving behind nights of terrors and fears means what? Those years of slavery were like a night of fear and darkness. They have made past into a day of glory where freedom awaits for them. This is a gift from the poets' ancestors, which is the fruit of their struggle. The new generation is at the high point of their dreams, and they will struggle harder to take their race to new heights. This rise is unstoppable. Here the poet is repeating I rise, I rise, I rise, which shows that this rise is unstoppable. The poet repeats these lines to show her determination that nothing will stop her from rising. I hope that you understood the poem well. In poem, generally poet uses some literary devices to add some rhythm, interest and beauty. So let's go through some figure of the speech. Some you have learned in your previous class. So let's throw light on some of them as rhyming scheme, simile and metaphor. In your book exercise, one question is based on this topic. So I thought to make you revise it. Now, what is a figure of speech? A figure of speech is a word or a phrase that has a meaning different from its literal meaning. These devices are used in literature to add interest and sophistication to the language. So some figure of speech, as you have already learned about simile, metaphor, alliteration, anaphora. So these adds beauty to the poem. So let's go through some of them. Now simile. What is a simile? A simile is a figure of speech that makes a comparison between two unlike things with the help of words such as like or as. Now in our poem, this line, but still like air I rise. Now here the speaker compares herself to rising air. Like hot air rises, she will rise above oppression and insults. So it is very easy to identify simile because you can see the words in the sentence like or as. So it will be easy to pick out the simile from the poem. Let's have a look on some more examples of simile. Now a few lines from the poem here I took to explain you simile. You may write with me down in history with your bitter twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise. First, just check the rhyming scheme here. With the last word, in the last word you can see that what is the rhyming, what is the sounds it comes. Like history will give the rhyming scheme A, then lies, it's different from history, so we'll give B. Then in the third line, dirt, which is again different from the first line and the second line, will give the rhyming scheme C. and the last fourth line is rise, which is same as the second line lies. So we'll give the rhyming scheme here B. So the rhyming scheme of this stanza is A, B, C, B. Now if you will see the fourth line, but still like dust I'll rise. Here again you can see that like word is used. So it shows that which figure of speech is used here? Simile. Then see the second line. Cause I walk like I've got oil wells. Again you can see here the word like is used, which shows that simile is again used here. The comparison is done here. Then the last, just like moons and like suns. So here it's easy to identify simile in the poem with the words like or as. Now metaphor. What is metaphor? A metaphor makes a comparison as well, but the comparison is implied and understand. It does not use like or as, but compares by stating that one thing is another. Like in the line, I am a black ocean, leaping and wide, wailing and swelling, I bear in the tide. Now here the poet compares herself to a tumultuous ocean at night. Now what do you mean by tumultuous? It means that loud, or we can say thunderous ocean. So in simile we can see that the comparison is directly done and the word like or as is used, but in metaphor we can't see the words like or as. So it should be understood by the meaning hidden in that. So students, remember that a metaphor is a figure of speech that describes an object in a way that isn't literally true but explains an idea or makes a comparison. Now here you can see some lines of metaphor from poem. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness. Here you can see these lines where you cannot shoot someone with words because words are not bullets. Similarly, eyes are not knives and cannot cut people. In the same way, hatefulness is not deadly itself to kill someone. So I hope that it's quite easy to understand that how poet uses and how we can say that in these lines metaphors are used. So thank you for listening, and you will get answers of this chapter on Google Drive. Complete your copy, and I have provided answers of reference to context also, but you have to make an effort to find solution of prose section. Thank you. Take care.